Hello, welcome back to the G2Poker TV tournament series. We're at the final table, which after some frenetic late action is actually a final 9 this week. Let's see who survived the mayhem and is still in with a shot at the €855 first prize. Our remaining 9 players are unusually split this week, with 3 notable chip giants towering over the rest. The middle of the pack are all hovering around the 100,000 mark, but Hans Gruber is dying hard in 9th and needs a watertight plan to avoid a deadly fall from grace. Now we are at the final table. We've got a few familiar names there in the form of Adilong. We've also got Lolu Shove, who I was chatting to a lot on Monday. Tabanu, who took my bounty as well, is up to 231k. Got King Queen suited here. Is he going to call
3-bet
that 12k?
Should be 3-betting or folding. Now, there you go. Great, Tabanu, good play. I like this 3-bet. One thing I have noticed, actually, there's someone missing from this final table. A player that had more chips on level 5 than all of these players
Pavel.
put together.
Yeah.
The man that took me out.
Pavel, where's Pavel?
He's gone. It's what happens when you play 10-7.
It's true. I played 10-7 and I'm always big stack early on and then I'm just fritter it away.
This should really get... I mean, it should... If you min-raise under the gun and get 3-bet and you got King Queen, I mean, you're just in a world of pain. So with 62,000, so he had like 80,000 when the hand started, which is like 15 big, so I don't really like
Well, there's
the way...
2 spades here. There's a flush draw for Tabanu.
Yeah, Tabanu's played this perfectly, to be honest, but I don't like the way that RG34 is generally just going to be check folding so many boards,
Yeah.
but Tabanu's just going to set him in, I'm sure.
If you were Arju, would you have
Just fold
made
pre-flop.
or if you found yourself in that position, would you have c-bet there? Or?
I've never found myself in that position.
Okay,
This is the problem when you play out of position. You have to find yourself in situations. So he's just lost
So it's a
a
fold.
quarter of his stack for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
I would have preferred that he just open shoved, and that's bad. But I would have preferred that to min-raising, calling then a 3-bet, and then check folding the flop. You can see how much mine is in the middle.
So Tabanu a little bit richer there.
You know, the pot's 16,000 right now.
But our big stack at the table is Lolu Shove. We were having a big chat about children. Lolu Shove was saying that he had 2 kids that were running around while he was trying to play as well. Steve also had his little one. And I'd been babysitting as well, so we'd all had a night of poker and children.
See our guy there, just under 5 big blinds. He's just open jammed, which is nothing wrong with that. King 6 generally is going to get through a lot of the time, but pretty sure this is getting called by Queen Jack out of the big blind for 4 more bigs. But the King is ahead.
Hans Ruber. I think Hans Ruber's played a few times before as well. I recognise his name. Well, there is a jack.
It's just 3 outs now.
Oh!
We're now drawing dead.com.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen. That 65k is going to Tez a bit.
And 9th place.
So our 9th place finisher is Hans Ruber. And Hans Ruber takes €78 for that 9th place finish.
There we go.
So we are down to 8 at this final table. We've got Darrow on the small blind with ace-10 suited.
I got a feeling Lolu. That's a good play, Lolu. I'm glad you folded.
Yeah, Lolu's quite a regular and knows the game.
The button should be shoving here. A lot of players, they see the 10-4, they think, oh, I can't do it, I'll wait for another hand. It's not the hand, it's the situation.
Yeah. It's the spot.
It's the spot. It's just
Picking
like the one above your eye. No, I'm joking.
Ah, how rude. My face is clear. Ace-10 against 5-9.
The big blind seemed to want to defend his 9-5. They call that the Dolly Parton.
Working 9 till 5. Steve always tells me not to sing. Sorry.
Yeah, I can understand why.
I like a bit of Dolly.
I'd like to see a bet here from the 9-5. If you're defending, there should be a plan. Good bet.
10k. Can you scare off Darrow?
Well, it should be all in or fold.
Ooh,
unless
the
he's
call.
gone for a stop and go.
Ooh, just wanting to hit something.
Well, he can't call to hit. That's very bad odds. Well, this is a perfect turn card.
Yeah, another club.
Now, I'd like to see him bet 10k. That sounds bizarre, but it's a bit of a stopper bet. That's what you want to put in there, a stopper bet, and to find out if your man had clubs.
Make a bet, Croc.
No, Croc's just hit enough to check, I think. Well, he's decided to bet 10k.
10k and a fold, surely.
No, he's got up and down straight draw. He's not folding. They know it's coming as 6.
Needs a jack or a 6.
And then the other man has a straight. Oh, it's a 5.
Ooh.
Interesting to see what would happen if Dero moved all in. I think he'd get called.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's going to be his move. Well, this is a really bad bet.
21k.
What are you trying to represent? That you've check called and led out with. That's always getting called. Unlucky Dero. Well played, Croc.
Croc wins a big pot there, 115,000.
It just wasn't representing anything.
Does that put him in the chip lead?
Let's just do the maths a second. And no, we have our chip leader still lol shove.
Shove.
It's lol you shove.
Lol, you shove.
Laugh out loud, you shove.
All right.
All right. Pocket jacks
Lol shove.
against the jack 10 suited of the
Nice
small
on the
blind.
button.
Perfect on the button. 15 big blinds. He's gonna make this what 16,000. Little min click.
Let's see Tabano. They're my chips, remember? That was my help.
Look at
Well, 15,000 of them were.
16,000, I like that. Induce the shove. The shove has come in. Snap him off. And I would say off to the races, but it's not really a race.
Dominated there.
I don't mind the move there from the small blind. It looks like a button still with a min click. That's why I like to min click with big hands on the button. And there it is, the case jack.
Well, that is all the jacks out on the table now.
Running clubs only. Or
Not going to happen.
No, that's it. And we have a
Tabanu
new
is
chip.
laughing.
Is this a new chip leader?
I
No.
don't think it is. No, it's just 287. Lol, Yushav is still up ahead with 352k. Oh, we do now. We've moved on a few hands, obviously. Lol Yushav's obviously lost a few. Tabanu is now up to 334. Crook 777 with the 9s here.
Ace 3's going to raise. Wow.
Or not.
We see him play all funky hands. I thought it'd definitely be in. Okay, Croc, min click. This should just be getting through, really.
It's a fold from Tabanu. Tears a bit with a weak hand there. Is he going to make the call? Whoa!
He loves this move, doesn't he? Has he
That's
realised
an
yet that it
insta-call.
seems to be getting him into a world of pain?
Oh, that's just awful. Why did he do that? There's not a lot that can save him now, really,
No.
is there?
Well, just a deuce or a 6.
Not, well, yeah.
He's found a card to hit.
Oh, come on. I'd love to see it now.
Oh!
Oh! Oh, my word. Croc 777. That is so unlucky. I feel for him
He
right
must
now.
have been cursing.
Oh, he must have been... I can imagine the chat box was going off.
Wow.
I think I would have even sworn at Tez a bit then in the chat box.
No, you want the guy to shove with 6 deuce every day.
8th place then for Croc, 93 euros he takes, and I'm sure he is not going to be a happy one going to bed down that night.
Unlucky, Croc. You played good.
Oh man, Tezabit is just running like a god. Bet we're going to see him win now.
I better see him go all in now. Oh, no.
Folded King 5. Should have gone all in there, no?
Well, actually, as it happens, yes, because the
the
small blind only
is
has
very short,
13,000, and he should be ahead of his range.
So it's small blind versus big blind. 2-9 jack.
Couple of hearts there.
yeah.
Got the flush draw, the king or the 4.
Oh, the king.
He's gone.
7th place, 133.50. Big leap now for 6th place, it's 175.50. Quickly down to 6, so we'll go for a swift break before we come back and continue our quest to find this week's champion.